Grab your boards. Welcome all surfers to Wavvy's Atlantic Ocean. Surf, 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 baby. You wanna surf on the title, Wavy? Yeah. Twerk, baby. For certain, she moving so perfect. Surf, baby. You wanna surf on the title, Wavy? Twerk, baby. I'm loving the way that you surf it.
All my niggas, they gangbang, and all these niggas do the same thing. Counting money, living insane. Steady mobbing, let my flag hang. Told them I'm ready. I'm throwing them monster like Randy. I know that these niggas can't stand me, but the automatic come in handy.
Yo, you already know it's ATM Wavy, aka Mr. OMG, and you know it's me in this Wavy's world. Salute to all the surfers for pulling up. You already know it's another Surfing Nation situation. You feel me? Alright, we about to hit that wave cave. Yo, you already know we in that good old wave cave. Salute to all of you for pulling up. We about to get right into it. I view discretion advised, because I know this subject right here, judging from the reactions I've been looking at, some people real sensitive to this situation, emotionally tied and all that, but you already know, you familiar with Wavy's world. There's no effing needs over here. I don't got no religious ties, no political ties. Don't let the cross fool you. But I'm still gonna put that out there, so if you gonna have a certain reaction, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm gonna let you know right now, you know what I mean? We really unfiltered around these parts. This channel is not for the faint of heart. But before I get all the way into the Charlie Kirk situation, I will say, and this right here is not because it's the politically correct thing to say. This is some real shit. I do have empathy towards his family, because from my knowledge, his kids and everything, they was there, you know what I'm saying? So I do have empathy towards that, because his kids ain't got nothing to do with whatever goofiness their father was doing and the things he was saying in the triggers that he was setting off, you know what I'm saying? But before I get all the way into the situation with this guy, Charlie, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna run like a little compilation clip, because some of my people, you know, the surfers might not be too familiar with them. And even if you are, you still might be entertained by this compilation or whatever the case may be. But you know, timestamps is below, you know what I mean? So you could do it how you do. But we're gonna go ahead and play this comp clip, and then we're gonna get back to this.
You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. Spiritual battle is coming to the West, and the enemies are wokeism or Marxism combining with Islamism to go after what we call the American way of life. And the American way of life is very simple. I want to be able to get married, buy a home, have kids, allow them to ride their bike till the sun goes down, send them to a good school, have a low-crime neighborhood, not to have my kid be taught the lesbian, gay, transgender garbage in their school, while also not having them have to hear the Muslim call to prayer 5 times a day. That's important. We want the American way of life, which is, by the way, Christendom. Christians, our sacrifice, our toil, our vision, the outgrowth of the scriptures gave us Western civilization. And this is where I think is a great rallying cry. Doesn't matter if you're Hispanic, doesn't matter if you're Asian, doesn't matter if you're black or white. Everybody, if you are Christian and Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, these two threats are combining forces to come after us. And it's time that the church stands and rises up against it.
Be controversial, and I don't care. Whether it be the plantation or whether it be government benefits, that the philosophy of the American left is to keep black Americans under their control.
We must first look at ourselves as the reason why this is happening. The cancer of transgenderism, which is from the pit of hell, spreads as a virus throughout our nation and our land, largely because pastors and Christians have been afraid to correct error with truth or contest in the public arena. I'm starting to see that change.
I believe you said that the Civil Rights Act was bad and that we shouldn't have that.
Okay, well,
thank you. I appreciate that. I don't like you as much as Charlie, though.
First of all, what's your name?
Sorry. I don't want to be like filmed and stuff.
Too late.
I'm anonymous, number one. Anonymous guy.
Okay. Well, hello. Nice to meet you, anonymous guy.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. I believe in part of the essence of the Civil Rights Act went way too far, way too wide.
Oh, how did it go too far?
Well, for example, it created an entire civil rights leviathan that gave us affirmative action.
Civil rights leviathan? What do you mean?
Yeah, so if you can let me finish three words in.
Sorry.
It allowed the Department of Justice to go after people that have different skin color, a.k.a. white people, and prevent them from getting jobs in college admissions.
You have a job.
I'm sorry?
You have a job.
No, you're right, I do. Right, but just until Trump came around, until the Supreme Court decision, thanks to the Civil Rights Act, if you have white skin color, it's much harder to get into a college than if someone has black skin color. Much harder. Democracy mentioned in the Federalist Papers, the Constitution, or the Declaration.
I think it's good that this country has moved away from things that were explicitly believed by the founding
fathers. In the Federalist
fathers.
Papers, and it's mentioned negatively as a problem. So you ask me, is democracy a fundamental American value? I say no.
Okay.
Because I go back to our roots. And Hamilton, Madison, and Jay.
Oh, I know that Hamilton was anti-democracy.
No, well, hold on,
these
let me
people
finish.
thought that people should be owned as
I want to be
property.
clear. I am pro-representative government,
okay,
but I'm not pro-democracy. That's a big difference, and that distinction's important. But you asked very specifically about democracy, which is not an American value. It never has been and never should be, because what is democracy? Democracy is majority rule no matter what. That there's no provisions of checks and balances, no inalienable rights, no separation of powers.
Just take accountability and say, hey, yes, that was racist, instead of saying, no, that officer wasn't racist.
Well, hold on. You got to show me an instance and an example, but we're talking about such a micro problem that doesn't exist. Do you know that a black person is 18.5 times more likely to shoot and kill a police officer than a police officer is to go and shoot an unarmed black man?
But is that the question that I asked you?
No, you asked a hypothetical about if I'm going to take accountability for a racist police officer. But do you understand, if I inverted it on you, would you take accountability for all the blacks killing police in America?
That was funny.
No, would you? Why don't you take accountability for all the blacks killing police in New York?
I wouldn't take accountability for it, but what I would say is, yes, there are a lot of black people in my community who do dumb things to other black people and to other white people. What I would not do is just pretend that it doesn't happen, so that, like I said, you as a white man has to do the same thing.
I acknowledge it happens. I also acknowledge it's rarer than lightning striking you when you're outside.
Of course we pandered to blacks. They're in every TV commercial. They get more privileges to come into society. They come into every college on preferential with lower test scores. You can't ever say anything negative. You can lose your job. You will have your entire life obliterated if you say something racist. And yet we have to hear about how racist we are. How about you take responsibility for your own actions instead of blaming the white man?
You think the average rap artist that a black kid in the hood is listening to is glorifying marriage and family and saving your money?
That's what sells, because it's a culture thing. It's not just within the black community.
I agree. No, but hold on.
Everyone listens to it. It's not just isolated.
It's bad for everyone who listens to it. The point being is that black youth, as they are being raised, their role models are largely not glorifying staying with one woman, getting married, going to church. But if it's about culture, you're right. The internal black culture has collapsed the last 60 years. We're no longer elevating the family. We're no longer elevating staying with the person that you're with. So our contention here as conservatives is that the systemic racism stuff is a bunch of rubbish. Instead, it's systemic bad choices. Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks. We would have been called the racist. But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. Play cut 52.
So, I mean, that was a little comp right there. You know what I mean? And now y'all could see, or hear rather, bruh used to be having some smart ass ish to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, son stay like taking little shots and jabs at the black community, at people's sexuality, and all of these things, right? And the crazy thing is, with his smart ass mouth, he was just about to be a smart ass again right before he got popped in the shit. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna play that clip. And the clip I'm playing is not gonna be showing nothing. It's gonna be at an angle from one angle that's behind him, because I'm not trying to like show all of that. Or if not, I'm gonna have to put like a big ass block up, you know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be. But since there's other angles, I just picked one of the other angles to show to where you'll hear what he was about to say. You know what I mean? You're gonna hear the pop, you're gonna see him flop. All right. So I'm gonna run that clip, and then we're gonna get back to this.
You know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
So, see, that smart ass mouth got him, right? You see what that smart ass mouth got him? The guy leading up to the question of the mass shooting, dude, he was already debating, going back and forth, taking shots at the transgenders and everything, right? But then the guy asked him what he think about mass shooting, and he go into bringing up gang activity as if we are the ones that's considered the mass shooters, or we're only the mass shooters, like including that. And then right after you said that smart ass shit, somebody told him to shut up, and they shut him up. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the reality of it. You feel me? So coming from my angle, it's kind of hard for me to have sympathy for this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, empathy for his kids and everything, because I got kids. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But I don't have no sympathy for the situation, right? Now, I am gonna give y'all an update on the situation, because there has been a suspect that has been arrested in connection to this. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that clip real quick. Then we're gonna get back to this.
This is the latest information we have from our content partners as we are learning the suspect in custody on this Friday in connection with the assassination of Charlie Kirk is a 22-year-old from Utah. Law enforcement officials confirming that to the Associated Press. Authorities identifying the suspect as Tyler Robinson. Now, a lot to discuss, and as we continue this thorough and detailed coverage, I want to transition and bring into the conversation none other than Tim Rebele. He previously worked for the Secret Service for 22 years on the Presidential Protective Detail. Tim, a pleasure having you join us here on Live Now from Fox. Hello to you.
Hello to you. Thanks for having me.
So a lot to discuss. Tim, let's first go through the latest from that press conference. Viewers, some just might be tuning in. What do we know? We heard from FBI Director Kash Patel saying that it took the community. It was a group effort. If you see something, say something. 33 hours it took to get to this press conference. We heard from Utah's Governor Spencer Cox in that press conference saying that a suspect's family member actually turned him in. We're also hearing that he was joined alongside a family friend.
All right, so they got this dude under arrest, right? And the crazy thing is, he looked just like Charlie Kirk. As far as you know, he's of the lighter complexion, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, like taking all them shots towards this way, towards the community of the black and urban, you know what I'm saying, people, and also taking shots at the alphabet gang, you know what I'm saying, you know, the LGBT and whatever the alphabets they got with it, you know what I mean? Two of those things combined is going to get you an issue, you know what I'm saying? But especially, I ain't gonna lie, shit, just messing with them, going against the alphabet gang, you already see how active they be getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, they already got their own, like, you'll get blackballed from the industry and everything messing around. But anyway, they got this dude, they arrested him. He's not a transgender, you know what I mean? And he's not a black person. That's good, because you already know, we all know the narrative that all the supporters of him and everything that he was talking about would start to paint. So I'm happy we don't gotta deal with that one. You know what I mean? They might try to stretch it and pull us in, but no, get out of here. Y'all see that dude's face, you know what I'm saying? And he's from Utah. He's a young dude too, 22. He's from Utah. So there's a high chance too, he didn't even come from the urban environment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, make sure y'all keep that energy over there, because it was one of y'all own that tapped that boy throat. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with that being said, you know what I mean? I don't even need to make this too long, because this would have been a good subject to go live about, but I still had to touch on it because I'm very aware who this guy is. I'm into the geopolitics. I'm into domestic politics. I'm into the financial world. You know what I mean? I'm into everything from that to science to history. Like, I'm into a lot of things. I just can't share it all on this YouTube channel because the algorithm punishes me every time I try to inform the people of something else besides gang banging and the urban situation. You know what I mean? They put me into a category. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But I know who this dude is. I never wish this to happen to him. Don't get tweeted. Even with him saying the dumb shit he was saying, I never wish like somebody need to pop that dude. I'm sure a lot of people have. But I was more so like anytime I used to hear stupid ass takes on shit, which every now and then he made good points for certain conversations. I'm not going to just take it like he never made a good point, but majority of the points he made was bullshit. You know what I mean? I never wished him to get unalive or anything like that. But I for sure want somebody to like put hands and feet on, you know what I mean? He needed his ass whooped. Ain't nothing wrong with a good ass whooping, but you know, he got a little more than what he was asking for, apparently. But hey, that's the world we live in. There should be freedom of speech, but speech is not free. No matter how much it should be and all of that, you know what I'm saying? The thing is this, we gotta live in reality, right? Now, I mean, he was always talking about the Second Amendment and saying we need gun balance and all that to reinforce the Second Amendment. Hey, that was your words. You got the gun balance. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying, the energy you be that people put out, they don't understand. Sometimes I think a ricochet and come back to you, and when the ricochet and come back to you, it might have built up some of that good old more kinetic energy than it received when it ricochet. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You got to be more careful. You got to be on point. His boy Donald Trump. You saw he almost got took out of here. You feel me? That should have been a warning, that nigga. If he almost got took out of here and he got more money and more access to better security than you should have been on point. You should have been watching on rooftops. You're bugging. You know what I mean? But he thought we was just going everything would be conversation because we live in America where speech supposed to be free. It's not though. You know what I mean? Me, I come from gang banging and all of that, so I understand how words could really turn deadly. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, if you don't come from that, you don't realize that means every day you step outside, you slipping. You know what I'm saying? You slipping. You feel me? Like carrying yourself around like all willy-nilly after you knew you just said this about this and that about that. You got all this notoriety for saying all the BS. You know what I mean? These controversial ass takes. Hey man. That's that. You feel me? So like I said, like I'm not gonna get on here and sugarcoat nothing. Some of y'all viewing this, man, I like what I'm saying, how I'm saying. Some of y'all may 1,000% understand where I'm coming from and feel the same way I'm feeling. Like I said, we don't gotta wish that to happen to him, but we don't dictate what happened. Every action has a reaction, and that was somebody's reaction to the action that he was taking. You know what I'm saying? It's been like this since the beginning of time. You know what I mean? Since man, you feel me? Neanderthals and the Homo sapiens, which we are Homo sapiens. You know what I'm saying? But it's been like this, you know what I'm saying? It's been some type of balance. Tribes to civilization, empires, kingdoms, nations. It's always going to be balanced because somebody don't like what somebody say. They don't like the belief of this person, whatever the case may be. Now, I mean, the only time I don't go off the action has a reaction is if somebody just going out here doing things to innocent people. You know what I'm saying? Like a freaking serial killer or a mass shooter. You just going like, that. You ain't no way to justify that at all. You know what I'm saying? But this right here is easy to justify. There's a whole lot of points you could see that would cause somebody to probably want to do harm to this dude, and harm came. You feel me? Harm came. They got the guy. His family probably just because his family turned them in. His family probably just came up that $100,000 reward they had. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we all pretty much knew that was gonna happen. Like, they had you footage. They saw you jump off the roof, run into the woods. And I mean, they found the gun. They had little smudge, handprints, palm prints. Like, he had to know he was going to get caught. And if he didn't, then, well, you bugging. But he's caught. So this topic is going to end up fading out. We already know how media work. And right now, we got so much things going overseas. And I'm talking about something that could be on a political realm. I always squeeze this in, you know what I mean? Because this video probably going to get punched on by YouTube. I had to speak about it, but we got all this going on over there overseas. You know what I'm saying? We got the freaking suppod exercises going on over there on the border of Poland with Belarus, and they thinking Russia might try to do an invasion. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna bring a World War III for y'all that haven't been paying attention. Y'all probably think because it's going on way over there right now. You know what I'm saying? All the smoke that don't affect us. If you're thinking that, then you already losing. You feel me? But to each his own. I'm on point. I'm ready. I'm prepared. I'm watching. I mean, I'm reading, I'm researching, I'm doing everything behind the scenes. You dig what I'm saying? But this is the world we live in. And you know, when coming back around to this Charlie Kirk dude, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully the next person that decide to follow in your footsteps be more on point, because hey, when you asking for it, you asking for it. Ain't no telling how that thing gonna be coming back. It is what it is. This is reality, and that's what people need to understand. This is reality, you know what I mean? And of course, I'm a little desensitized I'm a lot desensitized to like death and everything and gore and all that shit. Don't bother me at all, you know what I'm saying? But I come from a certain background. I witnessed things, I've done things, so I have my reasons for being that way. You feel me? It is what it is, though. So hey, I just wanted to fill y'all in on all that. I don't think of nothing else I need to add to this video that I could think of, at least right now. All I gotta say is, man, anybody, no matter what you're doing, whether you in the political side and you out here pressing buttons, you from the streets pressing buttons, you know what I'm saying? Like, even me, as this small channel, all it takes is one person to not like what you said, and you to run to one person that didn't like what you said, because it takes one bullet to end anything you're going to talk about in the freaking future. So you always got to be on point. So hey man, I recommend you boost your paranoia, because I'm a paranoid nigga regardless. It don't even mean you two don't matter. You walk up to me and you even make me even slightly think it's on something, you better be ready for what's going to come next. So for me, I'm comfortable, you know what I mean? But some people ain't used to living like this, so they have a hard time until they find out that they in that hard coffin. You feel me? Hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? To each his own. So anyway, this ATM Wavy, aka Mr. OMG, and you know it's me in this Wavy's world. Salute to all the servers for pulling up. You know, I appreciate every single time. And of course, I want y'all to hit that like. You know what I mean? I want y'all to hit that comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Speak y'all piece and everything. You feel me? Hit that sub. Holla at the blood. Join the Surfer Nation. We always waiting. And of course, hey man, this is why I put this message in, because see, Charlie didn't look both ways before he crossed the street. Know what I mean? Because he got his goofy ass hit. So if you made it to this point of the video, take this right here. I'm about to say for real, because this ain't just some shit. I'm just saying, this shit got a deep meaning to it. Always look both ways before you cross that street, because you might get hit.
Wavvy. But if the boy tall slick, I'ma blaze some.